Hi guys, it's me Adrian. I just wanted to upload something different today. Look what came in the post a couple of days ago. Knuckles the Echidna in Sonic the Hedgehog 1. This was brand new too. It's a reproduction cartridge. It's from China. But I didn't know I was going to get the case. Look how nice and shiny the case is. I mean, I thought I was only going to get the loose cart on its own, but it turns out that I got the case as well. So this is what it looks like. Nice sticker on the front. Got a bit of Asian Chinese writing on the back, or is it Japanese? Made in Japan. So what I wanted to do in this video was just quickly show the game. What it looks like on real hardware, and you know, it's ironic because I got Sonic 1 and Sonic and Knuckles here. These are official cartridges from back in the day, and the two cartridges together, what they were designed to do was to make this game. But that didn't happen, as you all know. We got the Blue Sphere, the complete Blue Sphere game. And they reckon it's because they couldn't get Knuckles' correct pinkish red sprite color palette correct for Sonic 1, because Sonic 1 apparently has less colors than Sonic 2 and Sonic 3. So they couldn't get the color scheme right for the sprite, so they scrapped it all together and gave us the Blue Sphere game. But you know, years and years later, someone made a hack and made Knuckles the Echidna fully playable in Sonic 1. And I'm really happy about this because this is the good one, the good hack. There's two Knuckles in Sonic 1 hacks. There's a really good one and then there's a not so good one. This is the really good one. This is the one that's made by Stealth in 2005. And I consider that to be the superior one. See, it's got his name there. So at least the bootleggers acknowledged him on the bottom there. So yeah, it's there's another one that was made. This one's from 2005. There's another one that was made in 2017 by Ashihara Moon. Is that how you pronounce it? Where it's a more prettier looking hack than this one. Knuckles has his correct pinkish red color for the sprite, but it doesn't play as good as the Stealth one here. The Stealth one plays better, and that's what's more important is the playability. Look, I'll put it on now. I'm going to use the Mega SG. I'm up here, I'm upstairs in the bedroom. I've got my Sony HD smart TV here. I'm going to use the Mega SG for a change. So we'll put it in. Let's fire it up. Yeah. So this is the Stealth one. It's got his name on the screen. See? Stealth 2005. And I consider this one to be the superior version. He hasn't got the correct color for the sprite. As you can see, he's a darker red. That's to get around the color limitation of Sonic 1, I would assume. And there's a few sound effects missing, but like when he glides and then when he drops, you don't hear that click sound. But that's nothing. I mean, it plays great. I mean, it doesn't crash or anything. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. I'll just turn that down. The difference between this one and the Ashihara Moon one is also, when I mentioned before about playability, this one plays better because there's a spot in Labyrinth Zone Act 3. You know the spot just before you reach the boss, before you reach Eggman, where you got to keep climbing up all those, you got to keep jumping up all those cliffs, and it's like endless. Well, because Knuckles doesn't have his jump height is lower than Sonic and Tails, so he can't jump as high. And there's a section there in the Asuhara Moon 2017 Knuckles Echidna hack where you just can't jump up anymore. For whatever reason, I think it's because the cliff is too high and you can't grip onto the wall and push yourself up either. You've got to somehow just keep mashing the hell out of the A, B and C buttons until you get up. It's very, very difficult. And there's also a section later on in Scrap Brain Zone Act 3 where the same thing happens. There's a spot where you just can't get up. I think it's the part just before the end again. You know when there's like a button to open the door when you go through the bottom passage? And there's all those spike balls on the chains. Yeah, there's a spot there where you just can't get through with Knuckles. But on this one, this Stealth one, you don't have those problems. It's all been compensated. Because in Labyrinth Zone Act 3, what Stealth did, so he was smart. He made the cliff a little bit shorter so Knuckles was able to jump up. So you wouldn't have that difficulty. And, you know, I've played the other one, the 2017 Knuckles in Sonic 1 hack. And I remember thinking, how the hell am I going to get through the game if I can't get up this cliff? You know, and I was panicking because the time was running out. You've only got 10 minutes. So, yeah, that's the difference. So I'm chuffed. I'm really glad this is the Stealth one, because that's the one I wanted. I mean, Knuckles might not look as pretty, but the gameplay is a hell of a lot better. So yeah, I'll just take it off now. As you can see, yes, I know someone's going to point out, it's running in 50 Hertz. Yes, we know. I can change that. There, is that better for all you Americans? This is how it would play in the US. Sorry, but I like it like this. That's how I've always known the game. But anyway, yeah, that's, you know, I just wanted to do something. I don't think anyone's ever done anything like this in a video before, you know. So, Sonic 1 and Sonic & Knuckles was supposed to give you that game, but what we got instead was something completely different. Didn't read it. Hang on a second. I had to blow on the cartridge. Where is it? There we are. I can't even see. This is what we got instead. Still not working. Hang on, I'll try it again. Okay, I'm gonna get it this time. For sure, because I've just gone ahead and checked. This is what we got instead. The Blue Sphere game. That just goes on and on and on. It never finishes. Yeah, so that's that. So yeah, so I'm really happy with this Reproduction cartridge. You know, I've got others here. I've got Mighty the Armadillo in Sonic 1. It's good because, you know, at least they acknowledge the hackers on the bottom here, you know. This one was made by someone else. I don't know if you can see that. E122 PSI 2011. You know, I've got Sonic Megamix. How can you not have Sonic Megamix, eh? The cover is quite interesting. It's a combination of the original Russian bootleg cover, including the spine, but then on the front it's the newer sort of design, the PAL design anyway. So that's in there. There we go. I've got Sonic the Hedgehog: The Lost Worlds. So yeah, I've only got 4 as of today. This one's probably the best one because it feels like a completely different game. Yeah, and then I've got the originals here, or some of them. So I just want to point out that before I stop the video, that I wish people would stop saying that Mega EverDrives are cheap. Because there's a lot of you don't agree with buying reproduction cartridges. A lot of you feel that it's that rips off the people that make these Sonic hacks, but I tell people all the time. I say these are not dirt cheap. I mean, I live in Australia and things are very expensive here. I mean, I heard people say to me, the cheapest EverDrive from Crix's store goes for $50. The Mega EverDrive X3, but that's US dollars. It's not Australian dollars. One Australian dollar is currently buying 76 US cents and probably about 56 British pence. So that's not very good for us over here. Plus we've got shipping and postage taxes slapped on, and we have an import tax that we have to pay to the federal government. So that $50 for the cheapest EverDrive can easily turns into $150. I mean, have a look at my Mega SG here. I mean, this was not cheap. This was bloody expensive. It shipped all the way from, Seattle, Washington, USA, and I got it in 3 days, but geez, I had to pay a hell of a lot to get it. It's how much is it currently selling for on their site? $189 US. That's not including the shipping, the import taxes, and everything else slapped onto it. So by the time I got it, it was about close to $500 just to get the Mega SG, the analog Mega SG. So things aren't cheap. So that's why I'm in favour of reproduction cartridges. I don't see there's anything wrong with it. I mean, they're dirt cheap. They only sell for a couple of dollars. I mean, this kind of cost me, I think, $15, $20, maybe $25, I think it cost me. Because I had to pay a couple of dollars postage. But they're cheap, they're not... And it's good for, like, if you want to, like, if there's just a specific Sonic hack or something that you just want to play and you don't want to bother collecting the whole lot, well, you don't have to with this, so it's good. They're good, I still enjoy collecting games singularly, like I've always done. I love collecting Mega Drive games. I still buy them and put them on my shelf. I use the EverDrive, of course, because it is superior, but I still like collecting these games on their own. I shouldn't be made to feel guilty about that. I mean, if you hackers and Sonic ROM hackers, if you shouldn't really whinge about these being made. You should just be happy that you created something, and it's making a lot of people happy, because it's making me happy. I love this hack by stealth. At the time, it was considered the holy grail to make Knuckles playable in Sonic 1. And he knew the code. But, I mean, I can see it from their point of view. They're not getting the money, but you're making something you shouldn't have made in the first place, and you've released it to the public. So you've just broken the law as well. So it's the pot calling the kettle black, If you live in a glass house, you shouldn't throw stones. So that's the way I see it anyway. But, just embrace it. Just be happy that, you've made something and it's making a lot of people happy. That's all you can do. I mean, you should get something for it. To be honest, you should. But, but but then you've got to weigh up the fact that it's not original content. You've taken something and modified it. That wasn't your property to begin with. It's not like, say, Tanglewood, a brand new Mega Drive game, or Coffee Crisis. Those new ones that are coming out now that you can get, like, fully with a reproduction cartridge and everything, a case. And what's that other one that's so fickle that doesn't play properly? It's really touchy about what system you use. Pap smear or something like that. Paprium, that's it, yeah. That fighting game, yeah. You know, like, they're original games, so I fully support the people that make them, and they should get every dollar that they get. You know, they should get everything for it. But these are modifications, you know, and I know they're not really meant for profit. They're not really meant to be sold anyway. But they shouldn't have been made in the first place. If you're going to whinge about it, you know, that's all I'm saying. You know, I love reproduction cartridges, and I think it's the cheaper alternative. I don't think buying an EverDrive is. You know. This is an X7, so this is not even the top EverDrive anymore. The top one is currently the Pro, and the Terra Onion Mega SD. I don't have that. You know, I don't have any interest to have that. I want to play my Mega CD games on the real deal. You know, it's just weird having them on a cartridge. I mean, I think it's awesome nonetheless. But it's just not for me. But I like reproduction cartridges. They're dirt cheap. And to give you an example, there's a rail shooter that was made in Japan. It was never released anywhere else in the world. It was made in 1994. I think it was called Panorama Cotton, yeah. You know, to buy that on eBay, the original Japanese cartridge, because they must have been made in small quantities, it's selling for over $1,000 to get it with a box, you know, the case as well. $1,600 or something. That's Australian. Oh my God, you know, and then when you look up the bootleg sellers, you know, you can pick it up for $14 from Hong Kong, you know, a reproduction cartridge of Panorama Cotton. So I know what I'd prefer. So, you know, I like reproduction cartridges. You know, I like the EverDrive too. And the EverDrive's really, it's no different. What, you're paying a large sum of money to just one person, Crix or Terra Onion, you know, and you're essentially doing the same thing. You're taking the, you get your SD card here, and you put all the ROMs on that. So you're still Stealth and everyone else. They're not getting any money out of it. So there's not really much of a difference. But anyway, you know, I just wanted to show off what I got. You know, I'm really happy with this Knuckles, the Echidna, and Sonic 1. You know, and it's cool if you don't see my point of view in this, but you know, I like them. I like reproduction cartridges. They're cheap. Why should I spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get Castlevania Bloodlines when I can just get a cheap repro from China? That's essentially the same. So anyway, that's it. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Catch you later. Bye.